everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of Rebel Scum, a galaxy without borders. We are raising money here for Doctors Without Borders as a part of Streamers Without Borders. Hi, Doctors Without Borders, and hi, Streamers Without Borders. We are super grateful to get to be here to play this game together and raise money with all of y'all. We raised $200 on Friday on our May Day Part 1, and today is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you.
Indeed, may the 4th be with you.
Thank you.
May the Morce be with you, please.
Morse.
May the Morce be with you, which I want to make sure everybody knows is with a C and not an S. We are here celebrating on Many Face Plays and Queers and Spears. So if you're joining us on Twitch, that's Many Face Plays. If you're joining us on YouTube, that's Queers and Spears. Many Face Plays is a bunch of immersive role-playing enthusiasts who've come together to play and tell a story together. Queers and Spears is an all LGBTQIA+ led and casted collaborative storytelling group that uses TTRPGs to tell stories centered around acceptance, queer love, and strength in community while prioritizing stories that may not be heard anywhere else. I'm so excited to dig in today with everything that we had going last week. But first, Space Comrades, let's dig in a little bit to what Rebel Scum is. It's an explicitly anti-fascist, anti-capitalist space opera role-playing game. We're here to tell a story about mutual aid, community, and punching space fascists right in their greedy faces. As I mentioned before, we're playing to raise money for Doctors Without Borders with a specific focus on Palestinian aid. And thanks to your incredible generosity, we blew past our initial goal in session 1, which was $100, and are currently sitting at $200. But the Empire doesn't sleep, and neither do we. So we've got new milestones today. Aside from all the stuff that you can purchase directly through the Tiltify to be able to directly impact the game, which we have some leftovers from that last time that I'm going to explain in a moment, we also have separate milestones that just get hit when we hit those dollar amounts. So at $250, our players will uncover a massive narrative clue. And at $300, you chat, will allow our players to forge a uniquely powerful rare item. Keep in mind, we already have a Nolocron and 3 Nyber Crystals. So what kind of rare item are we going to be going for here? To allow our players to do that live on stream. And if we get past 300 somehow, we've got more milestones like that at every $50 mark to come. Check the donation link in the chat to see how you can buy advantage, spawn enemies, trigger narrative events to help or hinder our crew, do lots of other stuff. Before that, though, or while you're doing it, go ahead and do it now if you want, and amplify it elsewhere. Like and subscribe here. Share the Tiltify everywhere that you can, even if you can't donate. We love you. We're grateful that you're here. Anything that you can do to help this get in front of as many people as possible, that's going to help the cause as much as possible. While you're doing that, let's meet the brave Rebel Scum who are going to bring down the Republic. Dio, why don't you tell us who you're playing?
Hey everyone, Dio Mars, and I'm playing Lumpin. My pronouns are they, them. His are he, him. Yeah, we're both excited to kick in some fascist teeth.
Love that. Go ahead and popcorn it to the next person.
Oh yes, I will popcorn to Derek.
Hey, hello everybody. I'm Derek. I use they, Z, and he pronouns, and I am playing Nesvar, our dual-wielding Ronin who uses they, it pronouns. You can find me at Derek Does RP online, and I'll pop it over to Steve.
I am Steve, tall halfling on the socials, and tonight I'm playing Digger, who is a completely original, small furry teddy bear-like creature from a completely legally distinct forest moon. And this time, I will actually remember that he is a little gay.
Hey.
Hey.
And Adi.
Hello, people of the internet. I am Adi MK. I go by Fab, he, him pronouns because him's a little boring and I prefer being Fab first. I will be here playing the assassin droid HK69. Statement: this is going to be awesome.
I love that. And I am Danny, he, him, Danny R. Mendoza. Everywhere internet things are found. So if you just put Danny R. Mendoza into a search bar, you'll find me. Blue Sky's cool, though. And I am our guide today. In the parlance of Rebel Scum, that makes me the government TM. So I am the government TM today, representing everyone and everything else in the world, from San Nolo to Nando Nalrizian to and everyone and everything else. So come join us. Encourage us to have more people show up. Give money to a good cause, and let's dive right in. Last thing I want to mention is I got to shout out the Rebel Scum system, polymorph system that we're playing, so that everybody knows watching this, in case you didn't catch our first part, or just to help refresh you. We're all actually new to playing this game. First time playing it was the last time that we played it. So this is going to be our second time here live. So we're going to be helping each other out with rules stuff as we go. This polymorph system functions so that each individual person, based on the class that they're playing, has one die. They just use one kind of die. They might roll more than one of them, but if you roll a d4, you're never going to roll a d6, et cetera, et cetera. So keep that in mind. I highly recommend checking it out. It's a lot of fun. It's really easy to pick up. And now for real, we're going to dive in. When we last left our legally distinct crew, they had successfully raided a factory and rescued a group of striking union workers. In the chaos, they acquired two major things: a pile of shiny, mysterious Nyber crystals and a sacred, ancient Nolocron. These are so major, by the way, that they are major compared to like the real like living sapient people that they saved, and just piles of Tredics, just incredible amounts of Tredics. Digger reached out to the underworld smuggler Nando Nalrizian to secure a sweet spot service entrance for their next target, a heavily fortified Killstar base, sometimes known as Starquiller Base, where the primary union leader, Vega, is being interrogated. Meanwhile, Ness Var meditated with the Nolocron, unlocking ancient Form 5 combat techniques from Nanakin Nightwalker, and discovering a terrifying truth. There is only the chosen none. A calling. It's really not terrifying, actually. It's empowering. There is no chosen one, but there is the chosen none. Calling for everyday people to step up for their community and be able to engage with a power that was in all of us all the time. The Nolocron also warned of a catastrophic weapon known as the Thought Bomb. Our heroes are locked and loaded, but the Killstar Republic is waiting. We find ourselves at an impasse, wherein over these Nyber crystals, we have Ness and Digger staring each other down. Who would like to remind the audience first of what your position is in this standoff?
I think Lumpin is just kind of sitting there eating some of the pecan pie, just kind of watching the situation.
HK is looming in front of Ness, in front of, with back to Digger, Boss Digger, and orange eyes just.
So,
there we go. You're good. You're good.
after meeting these fine folks, Digger was taught the general principle that finders keepers. So he found the crystals. They're his. He wants to bedazzle his drum set, which of course is made out of helmets. He's been trying to get Ness to give him some kind of explanation of why or for what, or what are you going to trade me? But I think coming into a second session, I think Digger shoves the crystals into Ness's hands, says, You're going to take what you want anyway. That's what power is for. And he stomps out.
I was
Statement. Boss Digger is irritated with you.
I was going to.
How are you feeling in this moment, Ness?
Not good. It. I think it is probably the first time any of this crew has seen their eyes shoot to the floor and something they wanted in their hands not feeling good. I think it is a point of Ness also kind of just like clutches them and turns and leaves.
Addendum. I don't like you much either.
Did as Ness leaves, we're going to check in with everybody, but so that we can be thinking about this, is Ness's intent in this moment to go back to the Nolocron with these, or do you have something else in mind, or do you just want more time to think about it?
No, I think Ness's first reaction is to hide them. It's hiding the Nolocron and them, but in separate spots.
Copy that. As Ness does that across the ship, wherever Ness feels is right, you've been on this vessel, the Millennium Nalkin, for a long time. So you on and off. So you know the nooks and crannies. You know where you want to hide those. I want to check in on Lumpin. Lumpin, what are you doing as sort of final preparations before this effort to infiltrate the Killstar base?
Well, Lumpin is has been around the block. Is about 437 years young. So this Lumpin knows is going to pass. So he's going to go work on something to help hopefully smooth things over. And Lumpin is going to start working on some glue-on field boots for Digger. Hopefully help better Digger's mood and maybe release some of the tension.
You hear a little bit of scurrying in a direction that you're not looking at the moment, and you hear and just behind you, far too close, small hooded figure whose face you can't see, holding up pieces to you, offering to help.
Oh, thank you. Oh, excuse me.
And goes ahead and walks off, brings more materials and just dumps them in there. You continue to do that until they come back and start to help you work on stuff. All right, let's roll about the thing that you want to make. So go ahead and pitch me on how Lumpin would be approaching this.
I think Lumpin would actually probably sneak off and maybe grab some. Well, actually, I guess Digger probably does. Digger wear shoes or anything normally?
It depends on the situation. He likes to go barefoot, but some places that's just not practical.
Mm-hmm. So I think like you probably have like some shoes or maybe some boots that you barely use, but you probably would have gotten things that are comfortable for you to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think Lumpin would try to sneak off and grab some of those and then start to build the artifice around those so that they're comfortable and familiar for Digger, and try to create some form factor there. So they're going to take some a particle field isolator, a wave spreader, and start working on the construction around those boots.
Copy that. Love that. So I think that intel can work as a way into this since you're coming at this from a technical perspective. And I believe that your mechanic edge applies. I think it would be hard for it not to. So that gives you advantage on the roll, which as a reminder means that you get to roll 2d4s and succeed if either hits the target number. Your target number is again for intel being a 2 or a 3. So you've basically got a 50% chance on each roll to succeed, and you only need one of them to
Sweet.
succeed. Right?
All right, let's see it. Oh, that's a 3 on 1. That's
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So you're able to describe for us your success in this situation. So go ahead and walk us through what you're able to pull together with Nutini's assistance, of course, as you put this together for Digger. And then go ahead and, if you'd like, you're welcome to present it to Digger also.
Great. So basically Lumpin is used to working with scrap. They have an academic background, but they didn't come from like a lot of money. So, country aliens make do, and decided to, work with what they got. So they got some parts from a force field generator from one of those square robots that the government likes to use. Not at all like those roly ones they use in other franchise. These are square and they float. They don't roll. And they're going to reverse engineer the field generator there so that it sticks to surfaces rather than repulses them. And then I'm going to take that and or take 2 of those. They're surprisingly small. I'm going to attach them to the arches of the ankles, and then set the wiring around the flat of the foot to expand the field underneath Digger's feet. I'm going to have a little switch that will activate that a little switch on both sides. So if he ever wants to just have one going for some reason, you can do that, and have and then have in the toe section basically a simple control panel that will scratch that. There are going to be switches on the sides. It's going to be a simple control panel in the toes. Might take a little getting used to at first, but he can use that to turn them on and off with each foot. With each step.
I love that. That is fantastic. What a stunning gift. How do you present it to Digger?
I think, despite his instincts, Lumpin is going to save one last slice of pecan pie, put it on a plate, and then put it someplace where I know Digger will find them. With a note that just says, I know this was rough, but remember, we're all just doing our best here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As that lands for you, Digger, I'm going to come right back to you. I want to thank our first donor for the night. Thank you, all the ampersands donated $20 to give everyone advantage on their next roll. So each of you are going to have advantage on your next roll, whether you're using an edge or not. Thank you very much, all the ampersands. You're awesome. They're a great member of the community here in the online, actual play space. Highly recommend checking out their work as well. All right, Digger, how do you feel with this new gift?
I think the note gives him pause. Well, no, nature gives him pause. The note makes him stop and think for a moment. He's tempted to say that, yeah, we're all doing our best. That's exactly the problem. Some people's best isn't very good. But not having heard the name of the booths, just gonna go ahead and give them a try. Had he been told that they were glue on, he'd be worried about his foot, but his feet, his fur. But
That's a larger problem. That's
It's a future digger problem, you know.
In a nearby corridor, like the camera pans to HK standing behind the thing with the plate, which has a nut cake on it, and there's just like one single oil drop that comes from the and he looks to Lumpen and the eyes just go, statement, you're on my list.
Lumpen, completely oblivious, just goes like, "Ooh, nutcake," grabs it and eats it and walks away.
Eyes glow orange.
Thanks, HK.
Before we check in with Ness, HK, I know you're having this moment right now. Is there anything that you'd like to do before we head to the base?
Research statement. I would like to research bodily constitution and skeletal distribution of Lumpen species.
Okay, that works. You can absolutely do that. Let me look here. You have. Remind me, your role is still expert, or had we switched it before we started?
No, I'm still expert, and no, I don't want to look for Lumpen species biological data. That's fine. That's a later thing.
Okay, I mean, you can. I was gonna say, you can use if I don't know how you're approaching this. I assume it's through accessing data. So I think you're gonna be rolling. You're gonna be rolling that, which is a 2 or 3 for you. And you have you have Vantage anyway. If you want to bank that, you are a megaputer, and I think a megaputer looking for data is pretty much always going to have advantage. 100%. So you can bank your advantage next. Yeah. You roll twice, and either of them succeed. You succeed.
Yeah. So the first one was a 1. That's not good. 3.
So here's a fun thing. The 3 gets it for you, but since I want to be highlighting rules, since we're all learning here together, the 1 would have also gotten it for you because you get the key bonus. If you roll a 1 and your class or your edge gives you a reason to be able to hustle, essentially, for, hey, I should win this, right? And you were using Megaputer, which absolutely would have qualified. So either role in this case would have won it for you. But let's go with the 3 so that we can, we don't have to use the key here. Describe to me what it is like as you find the information that you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's essentially almost like a legally distinct Super Mario underwater kind of scene, but it's all like green bytes and like data and stuff. And HK just demolishes several kilometers of code and strips away everything about the Starquiller Base. Queuing up all the data and getting the direct path to Vega and whatever else that you would let me get with that.
Yeah, for sure. You know where it seems Vega is held, right? Like there's not like a pinpoint that says like Vega, but you know where the area is where they have to be holding Vega. Wouldn't make any sense for it to be anywhere else. You know what the path is actually from the front like docking entrance, from the side service entrances. And you even have a sense, I say a sense because this part is not in the data completely, as was established last session, but those 2 other areas that are not monitored by security, that are also not on the basic schematics that were fully detailed otherwise, that you have access to, you see corridors that point in those directions, that you figure if you can get to those corridors, you know how to get to where you think Vega is, right? But you still don't know what's going on over there, right? So any of the choices you make, you've got a good sense of where that is. Between what you all had found out last session, what you have now, you have a reasonable sense of what like kill trooper patrols are like. Some of the more fancy, a little bit more intimidating forms of kill trooper that are there, where they tend to be. You know that closer to Vega, there's maybe going to be more of that. You know, as a reminder, that because of what Bad Kane told Digger when they spoke, I think it was Digger who spoke with Bad Kane, right? Because of the underworld connections. Was that right? Let's say that was right.
Okay.
What was that? No, what were you going to say?
I remember talking to Nando. It would make sense. I don't remember, but it would make sense.
Somebody did, and I
Yep.
was pretty sure it was somebody with criminal connections. But in any case, Bad Kane let you all know that they were able to get out through the service entrance, just wearing a uniform. And as they went out, they had passed by armories. So by both of the service entrances, there are heavy armories for more complex kill troopers, some of whom have, cool helmets. And that you could go by there and maybe take some stuff, also maybe sabotage some stuff and set traps and whatever you want to do. But maybe you show up and maybe there's a bunch of kill troopers there already, setting up for their next rotation. So it's going to depend on timing and checking things out. And you know that the most complex way to get in terms of not being seen would be through the main docking area. But if you've got a good bluff on the way in and you want to do that, or if you all want to split the party, I'm never going to say no to you splitting the party. You can have some people or all of you going through the front. Ness.
Yeah.
You have hidden these items where you feel that they will be safest. Is there anything else you'd like to do with them? Anything else you'd like to do in general before turning your attention fully to the base?
No, I think Ness just kind of finds a spot where there's like a window to see out into the galaxies as they're driving to just kind of figure out their own stuff.
As they're sitting with a lot that they encountered from last time, that meditation with the Nolocron was a lot to take in, right? The immediate threat to Vega being incredibly clear that everybody breaks past a certain point, and so no matter how much Vega is likely trying to not break, what they know that would allow them to be trusted with a Nolocron and 3 Nyber crystals is eventually going to be pulled out of them by whoever is in this Killstar base, not least of whom is someone who you sense as the Millennium Falcon is sitting just outside of range where it would be picked up by the base. A Psi fighter flies by the window at a far distance. And more than you seeing it, you can feel it in the Morse. They haven't quite arrived yet. They're on their way. You may be able to take the Millennium Falcon itself or some sort of smaller part of this frigate that you have connected to it called the Driftwater over to this base and possibly get there faster, but you don't have a lot of time. You know more than anybody else on the ship right now exactly what the stakes are for what we're facing and exactly how little time you have. What would you like to do?
They get up and they're going to go to the Driftwater and start prepping it.
Perfect. Who comes in next to move over to the Driftwater to get started on getting out?
I think HK will kind of we're just like bristling with weaponry and a OTG as well.
Copy that. Love that. What about after HK?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted a reaction from that. Like bristling with weaponry and an oven toaster grill.
Oh, nice.
Oh, a reaction from me?
No. From
Because of the grill.
Yeah,
I mean, the grill was great. It's just at this point, I am expecting HK is like never stop cooking. Do you know what I mean? Like HK is like it's a standard part of the array. I would be more surprised if there were no cookware involved, right? But I love that. Is it surprising to Ness to see HK show up there with this cookware?
I will be honest, don't even think Ness is paying attention to anything but inside their own head.
That's fair. That's super fair with everything that's going on. All right. Lumpin, Digger, who's next?
I think unless Digger wanted to get in there real quick.
Well, we may have a scene together potentially. Because Digger is exploring the ship. It's like having a completely new ship when you're suddenly exploring it upside down.
Mm-hmm.
All the contours are different.
Yeah.
He realizes we're getting close. Starts to suit up. Thinks for a second. Runs up on the ceiling, and quickly discovers that things like keeping a bowcaster slung over your shoulder and where you put the bolts and everything were completely different and fall out of place really easily.
That's true.
So I think he's going to seek out Lumpin, who seems to be the most like mechanically clever of us, who might have some ideas. I am also wondering, by the way, if there is anything on board that would be scaled appropriately to be like basically like a sword for Digger.
A sword for Digger. I don't think you have to roll for that exactly. Lumpin, you were going to say something. Let me think about that for a second while you say what you're going to say.
Oh, yes. No, I think we're about to do a scene with Digger. I think Lumpin would be preparing the essentials, maybe a few different types of grenades, their tools, and of course the energy drinks. Gotta keep that caffeine on you.
I love that. Honestly, if you're not looking for like a fancy kind of sword, just something that would function as a sword, I do think that you find like legitimate actual machetes and stuff. You also find jagged pieces of metal from like workshop stuff that you can just pick up and wield if you want. You don't have to roll for that. You can just take any of that. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just not fair that all of these cool light swords, are built for big people, unless they can, like float and stuff. It's just not right. But I think I know what he's going to grab. He's still thinking about it when he gets to the shuttle bay. HK, would you happen to have a skewer, maybe?
Excitement. Boss is asking about my collection of skewers. A selection is presented. Right?
That's hilarious.
Digger will describe what he has in mind and rely on your expertise, and also rely on your sense of which of these you absolutely positively must get back without nicks and scratches all over it.
He looks at the skewer, and then he looks it looks at the skewer, and then it looks up at boss, and then again that single tear of oil just, and then it's like compromise for boss, for boss.
Oh, poor HK.
That's really rough. So how does Digger feel about that?
I think he turns. He's realizing what you just asked for, and there is a probably uncomfortable half upside down meeting of gazes with Ness.
I do like that it is full. I'm going to say Nider man of you. Just be like upside down, looking at Ness, catching Ness's eyes. Ness is in a very different headspace right now, and just looks up.
You see an upside down Digger? Just
with
Statement.
skewers.
I did say that boss with ability to walk on walls would be scary.
Very scary, yes.
I
Statement.
love it.
Boo.
He brandishes a skewer at you.
oh, like a fencing foil. Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying.
That's fantastic. All right, so you all are at the part of the frigate that you are planning to take out, the Driftwater. You are able to get on board. It detaches. It moves quietly. You are connected via radio to San Nolo, who did not come along with you, so that they could back you up from the Millennium Falcon, who says, hey, don't take up all the fun without me. If you see an opening for me to do something, I want to be useful out here. And that's to open comms. That's to all of you.
Yeah, if you can get your friend to give me those 50 credits he owes me, that would be very useful.
Yeah, I'll work on that. I do think that Nando is probably going to show up. I'm hopeful that he decides it's worth it to be on our side. We'll see.
Yeah,
Statement.
we'll see.
The odds of you coming into use in this engagement are 433 to 1.
HK, never tell me the odds.
Just be yourself.
Thank you, Ness. Stay safe. Yeah.
Lumpin's gonna look over there. Oh, wait a second now. Oh, that's a bit of an awkward setup for you, isn't it? With the your bolts are gonna fall out, huh? Do you mind if I see your quiver for a second? Lumpin is like maybe like a few inches taller than Digger. It's like kind of reaching up, and then jumps up, does a front flip as is customary for his species, and then grabs it, just going to do a quick low-tech solution. Going to unstrap the strap of the quiver, replace the loop with a not gyroscopic but like a rotating belt loop essentially, and then put a weight at the end of the quiver, so whatever direction you're facing in, it'll just rotate to with gravity to keep the quivers in there. You will have to adjust like how you grab them, which might look kind of cool, but yeah.
That's awesome. I'm not going to make you.
You continue to prove why you're my favorite
Shucks.
bioform.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for the movement or for the mechanics there. Not because I'm sure you'd roll well for it, but because I'm just gonna say that given your character like Lumpin species, that's just how you move. You know, like that's table stakes. And it might be for other creatures takes a little bit more effort, not for you. And you're a mechanic. So I think what you just described doing is not risky enough to require a roll. You just succeed at doing that. I would like to remind the table of your stars. I had promised you, chat, and I am someone who tries to keep his promises, that you would know a little bit more about what you can buy when you donate. To give a great example, there are leftover donations of stars and saves from last session. That is going to the $20 per donation. Award a PC a star token, provided they don't currently have one. They can spend this to guarantee a success without rolling, activate, or establish a helpful narrative fact. Now, for me, if they were to be chosen to be a save and not a star, I, as the government TM, would force a PC to immediately make a save roll like a blaster save or drive save out of nowhere. For example, a kill trooper could take a cheap shot or the floor collapses. So if you're interested in helping out our Rebel Scum here, you could buy them basically win buttons there. Or if you're interested in helping out the government TM and making this as interesting of a story as possible, you could always give me the win button.
No.
That lets me just automatically do something like that. There are worse things you can buy, by the way, on top of that. If you spend $50, you can do something bad or something awesome. It literally says something big happens. And your options are something bad happens or something awesome happens. I haven't really defined who it's bad for or who it's awesome for, but I will say that I will generally interpret something awesome as being good for the Rebel Scum and something bad as something bad for the Rebel Scum. If you want to put more in the notes, let me know. If you got a stronger pitch, hey, it's your dime. I am here to make you happy, chat.
Don't be Danny's friend. Don't be Danny's friend. Our friend.
Don't you? The government takes enough from you. You don't need to give more.
We're fighting against the man. Danny's the man right now.
It's true. I am. It's unfortunate. For $40 donations, a named enemy appears or a Deus Ex Machina appears. So you can decide to introduce a named enemy like a corporate bounty hunter or an elite overtrooper. Although I will say, if you put in the notes a named enemy, I will simply use that named enemy. So for $40, you can introduce anyone you want. It'll be a legally distinct version of anyone you want, but absolutely anyone you want. No restrictions. Introducing a named enemy for the first time automatically shifts the balance toward the dark, doubling the bad news for our players. From a mechanics perspective, that means that your ultimates are no longer successes as they are right now because we are toward the bright. They don't even move to twilight. It goes all the way toward the dark, and you got to win enough to get it back in the right direction while at a disadvantage because all of your ultimates will be automatic failures. Again, that is just for $40, chat. Just $40. It gets you all that. Or if you want to be nice to the Rebel Scum, the crew's starship, so the Millennium Falcon, or other allies like Nando or maybe other people that you could name when you buy this, if you'd like, swoops in to provide covering fire, allowing the PCs to automatically bypass one major obstacle or zone without having to roll. So you could get them that kind of help too. There's other ones lower, Clutcher Consequence, which affects the balance of light and dark, or bright and dark. Narrative Intervention, where you can get a helpful detail for the world for our players, or spawn an extra squad of automated cargo bots or standard kill troopers into the current zone to make things a little more interesting. Star and Save, which I explained before. Shifting the balance, which affects the same balance I mentioned before, but to a lesser degree. The Danger Zone, where you can remove one danger from a PC or add one danger to a PC. or vantage point, granting advantage or disadvantage. So please feel free to donate anything you can, if you can, for this great cause. There is a reason why I'm taking the time to explain all this as we go on our frigate toward this base, and it could not possibly be that things are about to be very difficult and dangerous, and it might be a good time to decide how you want to make this story go, chat. Think about it. Go ahead.
I feel like I have to honor something that has been asked of me in the chat,
Uh-huh.
and it is to do this. Danny is not the friend you're looking for. I was asked to do the Deadeye mind tricks. I did it.
Yeah. Rocat.
Fantastic.
The ball is in your court now, Rocat.
Thank you, Ro.
Also, feel free to clip that, because I feel like I'm going to need it later on in other streams.
Yeah.
All right. So what we are all friends to here is Doctors Without Borders. So if you can donate this money, anything for the game aside, the real win is going to be for Doctors Without Borders and the great work that they do. Please do that if you can. If you can't afford to, that's entirely fine. Please go ahead and amplify our Tiltify link, which you can see in the chat, anywhere that you feel comfortable doing so. Any amount of money donated helps. And tonight is not your last opportunity to do that. This Tiltify link will stay live for the rest of the month. So if people want to continue to donate, please feel free to do that, and we will find ways to honor it in future games. With all of that having been said, you are all approaching the Killstar base. The biggest and most important question that I have to ask right now is, how are you approaching the Killstar base? You have 3 general paths, and then I also need to literally specifically know what each of you are doing, or what you're doing in aggregate in your frigate, the Driftwater. Who'd like to go first?
I mean, wouldn't we have identified the most optimal route, you know?
So yes, but it's subjective, right? Because they have different pros and cons. So you have the most optimal route from all 3 options, but all 3 options are viable depending on essentially the ground entrance in the front is the fake it till you make it kind of thing, right? Maybe run a distraction, do some kind of con on your way in. The sneakiest that is not a wild card is the service entrances, but that is a toss-up because you enter a more dangerous part of the base quicker, and that could be good or bad. And then there's the wild card. You don't know anything really about the parts that you can't sense through security or schematics. And I don't know, you have some sense of what the safest route might be, or the most efficient route might be, better said, from their general areas. But beyond that, you don't know.
Shoot, I'm not gonna lie. I part of me is really feeling the take a chance with the weaponry going towards the weaponry option. However, I'm also down for any other options, but it feels like either a potential loot box or a death trap, and just for my play style, that's exactly my sort of.
They're the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It seems ungrateful to me for us not to use, since Danny was nice enough to build the ship, nice enough to equip the ship with a cloaking device. It seems ungrateful not to use it.
Oh, you think we're not cloaked? You think
Yeah,
is bringing us
not
in
as cloaked as we
cloaked?
could be.
We just look like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy and the Invisible Boat.
The Invisibles. In fact, that's
Well,
what
at least we
Lumpin
don't
would
look
be
like
doing.
a police box this time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a weird one. I don't know.
Bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Yeah, but why not just have a big ship? I don't know. It just feels like a lot. And you asked me to make you that weird noisy wrench or something. That sound wrench.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that later.
So
You can always do it in the middle of a. I want to say very clearly, you could be in the middle of a firefight, and if you want to stop down and use part of your action economy, be like, I'm going to try to work out that wrench. You're always going to be welcome to, as far as I'm concerned. So know that you can do that at any time.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So tell me, team, what are we doing? Front entrance or something else?
They might have wanted posters of me down there, so I think I prefer the smooth
Side.
entry. You know,
Side entrance.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
The statement, we are going to be sneaky about this.
Always.
Yes, we're going to be sneaky.
Yeah. Okay. So you are coming in cloaked. The idea here is then potentially, if I'm hearing this correctly, for you to land cloaked at a reasonable distance, leave the frigate cloaked, the Driftwater where it is, exit as stealthily as you can, and watch the service entrances to see if there's some workers that you could maybe try to get uniforms off of to get in, just try to find an open moment where nobody is there and try your hand at it, something else. What's the plan?
Unless they're better at diversity than certain other universes might be, I think uniform is only really going to fit one of us.
Yeah, I'm a bit short for a kill trooper.
Statement. I am a robot.
We know that.
Wait, no fooling?
Well, shit. That means I'm the only one that fits in them, aren't I?
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I did not point out that if Digger and Lumpen wanted to be on each other's shoulders, you might be able to fit into one together.
Digger,
but that's up to you.
I am extremely excited by the prospect. How about you?
You mean I actually get to like wear one of these helmets? Awesome.
That does mean that Digger is now volunteering to be the top.
I heard.
Let's lump it at the bottom.
Yep, and I again am excited to do that. So either way, yeah, Lumpin will get ready. We'll put on, I guess, like or if I could quickly alter some leftover kill trooper armor to make it so I could fit inside it, and then get Digger on top of me with the rest of the armor.
Yeah, I'm only gonna say if you want the armor to actually make it so it's not awkward for you, like you're either gonna face like some complicated move rolls from me to maneuver this, or I'm going to need like a solid mechanical success here for you to mod stuff so that it's already set up to make it easier for you to basically like Pacific Rim this, right? And be moving in perfect synchronicity. What would you prefer?
I'd like to try to alter it, to mod it, but if not, I'm also perfectly happy. If it doesn't work out, I'm perfectly happy to do the move rolls because both.
You may need, if you try to do something fancy in it, anything more than just basic movement, you're still going to have to do some move rolls. But for this, yeah, go ahead and roll me. I think that this is again Intel with mechanic, so you get to do it with advantage, and you don't have to spend your advantage yet.
Great.
While we're modding it, would it be possible to add some kind of like quick release so when we're made, we can get out of it?
Yes, that is possible. I am going to say though that the use of that quick release is going to be a move roll. Are we good with that?
Yeah, that works for me. Cool. I got a 4 and a 3, so that's a success.
3.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love that. So describe your success.
So I think actually what it's going to look like, I imagine like they're not going to make completely custom armor for each individual kill trooper. So I imagine there's some stretch and some give in some areas. So Lumpin is going to try and expand on that. Lumpin pulls out some sewing needles to get to the fabric underneath. You didn't know Lumpin can sew, but they can. It's important skill to learn whenever you get to be their age. And they start expanding, letting out the pants, and they essentially try to create a zipper, like an inside zipper, so that we can quickly make it look like one solid suit from the inside, and we'll go from there.
And
I
Digger
love
is going to
that.
make the ultimate sacrifice. He is going to remove his brand new snare drum from the drum kit. So we have a fresh-ish helmet, and it's got some scoring on the side. So if we're staggering a little, it makes sense.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. That is definitely going to help with basically like I don't know, conning people, not like Constitution, right? Roles, whatever we might do that would be like that here. Not sure where that's going to go yet, but I very much love that. Anything from HK or from Ness to prepare in this moment? All right.
Can't think of anything.
Yeah, just
Goodness.
I'd make sure that my weapons are on my waist, all three of them.
You have all three of them, and you know that the Nolocron and the Nyber Crystals are safely tucked away where you left them in the Millennium Falcon, not even in the Driftwood, unless you put it in the Driftwood or put one in the Driftwood, in which case one would be. Okay.
Nope.
Perfect. So, with that having been said, as you all watch this entryway, you see there are the regular patrols that you expected to be coming through, mostly not of troopers, but of service workers. You see them coming in and out, driving land distinct fasters. Let's call them land fasters. Land fasters across the space outside. And you see that there isn't as much opportunity to get through without having to confront one of these people who could then, I don't know, trip an alarm or call out to somebody down a hallway that you can't see down. But what you do see a little ways down that if you time it right is going to be hard for them to see is some kind of chute. And that chute seems to be open. What would you like to do?
You mentioned the land fasters. Don't suppose there will be a faster bike around?
There are faster bikes. They're not being used by the people working there right now, but there is a faster. There's like a little area where a few faster bikes seem to be parked next to each other.
Okay. I've never tried one, but there's legend of one of my people trying.
I get the sense that you would be a natural digger, an absolute natural. So what would you all like to do?
So we're sorry, just real quick, we're thinking we'd use those for possibly an escape purposes, right? That's what we're looking at the bikes for, or as a way to enter.
Yeah. It would be a little harder to enter a little harder to enter the space on the bike. You can try. And that is one way to try to get through the area that I mentioned these people are in. If you're not going for stealth, you could absolutely try to grab one of those up and ram your way in and see what it's like to ride around in these corridors in that. I'm game for that. But otherwise, it would maybe be like a getaway or something that you could set a trap on, or something you could use as a distraction as you're trying to get back to the frigate later. Options, right?
Gotcha.
For getting in, with the exception of that incredibly fun-sounding option that I am very down to play out if you want to, the main things in front of you are figure out some way to deal with these people coming in and out of this doorway more often than you'd like, or figure out what's going on with the chute.
Gotcha.
Could I kind of suddenly remembered a preparation that HK would have taken, which
Sure.
is to paint the symbol of the Killstar Empire on his frame.
100%. That will not take a roll. I think that also being a droid, you are able to do it pristinely, meaning like it doesn't have to look like it's hand done. It'll look machine done. It is literally machine done, right?
Mm-hmm. Like a printer, your hand just like.
Paste. I like the idea that HK just has ink loaded into their body at any time to use for this, or paint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that one
before-
time that they got the ink mixed up with the cooking, that was not good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought it was a squid ink.
As you're getting ready to go in, I want to mention that we do have an anonymous $50 donation that I had not noticed before. My apologies for that. Thank you very much. That takes us to $270, which takes us over the $250 threshold. Thank you very much, chat, for that. Thank you, anonymous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is not the something big happens that comes for $50. It is 2 narrative interventions. Reveal a helpful detail about the game world, or spawn an extra squad of automated cargo bots or standard kill troopers into the current zone. I'm going to say the current zone is going to be not necessarily where you are, but where you're about to be. And I am going to say that because this person did not say which way it would go, that y'all are going to need to try to hustle here to get me to agree to have this be in your favor instead of the government TNs. So with that in mind, I do also want to mention I owe you for sure a crucial clue. You can cash it in now. You can cash it in later. Given when it came in, you can cash it in whenever you want. But you have it as a group. So the group just has to agree this is what we're going to spend it on. Any questions?
Nah. So, you know what? I get we're supposed to convince you to try and do this in our favors, but nah, fuck us up, fam. Do your worst.
Hey, wait, Dio was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah. There we go.
Because I have yet to roll anything yet, Danny, and I would like to fuck up the shit that you're saying you're gonna fuck us up with. Because I have 3 weapons now, one you don't know about.
I love that. I think that is very, very fun. And I am ready for it. So with that having been said, the main thing I need to know is, are you going to try to get in through this doorway in a, let's call it conventional fashion, by either sneaking around these people, even though they're not really giving you a good opportunity to, dealing with them directly with some kind of bluff or violence? That's option A. Option B, what's behind door number 2? Only one way to find out. Go down the chute, baby. Or 3, make a run or sneak over to the faster bikes and see if you can get one to fit through the doorway into the corridor and slam through those people and go wherever you want to go after that, loud and proud. Those are the 3 options established on the table. I need to know what everybody wants to do. You do not have to make the same choice as a group, but if things are happening simultaneously, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set everything up. I'm going to ask you to do stuff. You're going to give me your roles. I'm going to make everything happen simultaneously. And then you're going to see what the outcome is. So what does everybody want to do?
You know what? I want to walk right in.
All right.
I'll be the distraction.
Ooh.
I love that. Are you getting dressed in the Kill Trooper outfit for that, or are you just walking in as Ness?
Just walking in as Ness. Because if that bitch that I've been feeling shows up, Fine. So be it.
That's ready
All
to throw
right.
some hands.
Ready to throw some hands.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I think
so
I think all of this crystallized when HK made an observation that the Killstar robes would clash terribly with Vanessa's complexion.
I am teal, so
I love that. I think that's very funny. Awesome. Okay, so that is going to be Ness. What about the rest of you?
Lumpin's gonna turn to Digger since we kind of got a joint costume going on. Says, "What do you think, Digger? Do we gonna try to walk in, or what do you think?"
Digger would probably be more flexible, but Steve is saying we have the idea. We can't not.
Yeah.
Especially on a stream overseen by Danny, who was doing this the first time I met him.
That's true. That's super fair. Okay, so I'm going to ask you two to tell me together how you're going to be handling this maneuver, and then we're gonna, because you're in a suit together, we're probably going to roll about it even if it's super simple. HK.
What is Boss Digger's plan?
I don't want to describe it for you, so because I don't want to put words in your mouth. Can the two of you describe it together, since you're going to be doing it together?
I'm the top half of a kill trooper,
and I'm the bottom half. Oh, maybe Ness could be holding us hostage.
Query: I could be your prisoner.
Ooh. Indeed.
So it's sounding like we want to maybe sneak into this space. Ness, would you want to be a prisoner in this situation as well? And then this kill trooper is bringing both of you in? Or do you want to enter separately from that? As though nobody knows each other, and you're just, the kill trooper is bringing HK?
I think this is now a point of pride in Ness because they've been feeling this entity closing in. But it would be probably after they get through that I would walk in.
Copy that. I think that's perfect.
I think as like Ness is going away, can HK just statement only this speak in absolutes and fall to pride?
That's very good. All right, so we're going to resolve this one group at a time. It's going to be the three of you first, coming in, sneaky, trying to con your way through this. And then it is going to be Ness coming in as Ness, not trying to be sneaky at all. So there's going to be a little bit of staggered time on that. Go ahead and describe to me, what should I refer to your collective kill trooper as, Digger and Lumpin? What do you think?
Dumpin'?
Yeah, Dumpin sounds better than Digger.
Yeah.
Dumpin is definitely the way to go. So, all right, Dumpin, let's have you come up with HK as your prisoner or as a bot that's working for you.
Statement: I am so completely helpless. Statement: I am lost.
Yeah, like we caught this rebel bot trying to sneak in here.
All right, beautiful. So you come up and you caught this rebel bot, and one of the service workers says, okay, I mean, you should have just brought him in through the front, but I guess it's fine if you don't want to follow protocol. Whatever. And just keeps moving past you and does not try to stop you. You can just walk in.
They can't see it, but Lumpin is flipping them off, giving them a double bird from inside the suit as we walk by.
All right. What I am going to ask for is a move roll, because you two need to move through this without stumbling. It's a little bit of a tough situation. I will say you're both going to roll move for me right now. I will allow you both to use the advantage that you still have not used
Excellent.
on this. So please go ahead and roll me move and tell me where that lands.
Excellent.
HK, be thinking about if you want to do anything that might require a roll.
Let's see.
Taking you up on the advantage before I rolled, and now I've got 2 successes. So it's a 4 and a 5.
Hey, that's
Sweet.
fantastic. All right.
I got a 2 and a 3, so 1 success.
Okay, that's perfect. You're all good. You walk in like you're one person, one whole regular kill trooper, entirely unremarkably, which is remarkable for you. HK, anything that you want to do here, or are you just going to slide on through?
Real quick, as we're walking through, Lumpin's just going to whisper up to Digger, like, hey, after this, you want to go to the amusement park? I'm always too short to ride the rides.
Like, Digger, what do you think?
Heard.
HK?
HK is just like looking menacing as fuck and just like glaring at anyone who looks at them. Like, you know.
So since these are a bunch of service workers who are not like kill troopers or anything, you fully see that they are terribly scared as they look at you. They do not want to mess with you, so they look away, which does give you a bit more cover as the three of you move through this space. There, it opens up into a corridor, stark white, fairly spacious. Would have fit a faster bike, right? So just clocking that for future reference. Not super comfortably, but you can get it through there, right? You have to maybe roll about it. You see, sliding doors, right? Nearby, a couple different spaces, and you remember you in particular, HK, who can actually be seeing it in your droid brain, right, as we speak, an overlay of the layout that you have onto the space you're moving through, so you know which door goes to the armory that's closest through here. Without having to roll for anything, you hear just regular sounds of work. The doors to the armory are closed. You do not hear anything coming from there, but that is not a definitive statement of the state of the inside of it. You just don't hear anything without rolling about it. And you do have a moment where the people over at the door step outside because something seems to be distracting them. So we're going to come back to that, but I want the three of you to be thinking about what you might want to do during that moment of distraction. Speaking of distraction, Ness, describe to us your grand entrance.
Yeah, I think it is not huge. Like, it's not like kicking doors in or anything. It is simply walking in, but the Morse is like in a flow state around me at this point.
Okay.
And it is almost in like a challenging way. Because I know you got some stuff up your sleeve, Danny. So I'm giving you what you want, and you're giving you a target to throw it at. In which I'll unveil my first secret from you. It starts with Ness igniting their sabers, but held backwards in their hands, and clicking them together, but further than they usually do. And pulling them apart for chains in the center of them having connected.
Let's go. All right. So
always wanted to see this.
As you pull that out, these service workers full shit themselves. Like they're not going to mess with you at all on that. The distraction that I mentioned before was them going outside to see what's happening, seeing you, and full fucking running. They're hitting the faster bikes. You see one of them going toward a land faster. They are getting out of Dodge. What do you do?
I'll let them run. They're just normal people.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything.
Mhm.
I want the big guns to come in.
I need a might roll from you, please.
A might roll? Okay.
Yeah.
That is an 8.
Okay.
So that is a success.
That is a success that allows you to and I'm going to say you're going to get a little bit more of this because of you're a clairvoyant. You feel something tugging at you from the front of this space, reminding you that every choice is a negation of another choice you could have made. You feel that has landed and entered through the front, through the main docking area here, and is able to sense that you are there as well. You are on a timer now to see how far you can get in and out of this space before can get to you. What do you do?
Going towards.
Okay. When you say towards, are you going to follow your friends in the front here, or are you going to come back? Or you're going to go around the front? Okay. So you jet in toward that direction. You're going by foot, or you're going to get on one of these faster bikes?
I'll get on one of the faster bikes.
Cool. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You're clearly competent to drive a faster bike. You come around the front, and you find yourself coming up on, with time to see, but can sense you already coming. You see standing there, red saber out in one hand, red saber out in the other hand, dual wielding in this moment, waiting for you. Waiting for you. One of them actually has like a little hooked thing that comes up on either side of the lasers, right? So it doesn't come out straight because that would be weird, right? It could like hit your hand and whatever. This is actually curving upward. It looks like it's not going to be as easy to hit. It's a little bit like it's spiky in that direction, like a hook, on one of them. On the other one, it's just a regular saber, but red. And you see around just a bunch of overtrooper kill troopers set up in lines, and behind them just a bunch of these automated bots, these bots that you encountered before. So you've got basically a small battalion standing in front of you with in front of you, and I haven't spent these things yet. You're on your way there. Back into our friends inside. What are you doing with that door during the cover of this distraction?
I mean, is there still that one guard who's just going like, looking, trying to see, or
they're all gone. At this point, with what just happened with Ness, the people who were working there are gone. The corridor is open right now. You don't hear anything coming from the door that has the armory. What do you want to do?
I think HK just continues straight, like, still with hands up, continues just walking into that room and like immediately looking around. What's to see what's there.
Do all three of you enter? Well, two of you, sort of. But all three of you, do you enter the armory?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But also, as we're walking through, Lumpin's going to be looking for anything that looks like it might be like a main database, because might want to do something extra while we're here.
Cool. There is a main database inside of this armory, which is really good news for you. Less good news is I am going to spend both of these on that I have. Thank you for telling me you wanted me to do that. It was so sweet and great, so kind of you. Yeah. You open the armory door, and not only is there a small like platoon of kill troopers in there, over troopers, so they do have shinier armor, and they are a bit stronger. You see at the front of them with sort of like a half cape on and the shiniest chrome helmet you've ever seen. You know them, the one, the only Captain Nazma. And they all turn directly to you. Captain Nazma says, "What are you doing here?" And that's where we take our break, everybody. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to see what's going to happen with our Rebel Scum. Are they going to be okay? Are we going to make it to $300 tonight? We're only $30 away. Join us in 10 minutes and find out. In the meantime, grab a snack, get a drink, take care of yourself, say hi to your loved ones, and we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody. See you soon.
Thank you.
welcome back everybody to Rebel Scum, a galaxy without borders, part 2. We are raising money for Doctors Without Borders through Streamers Without Borders, hi Streamers Without Borders, in conjunction with Just the Human and Charity TRPGs, here on Many Face Plays if you're watching us on Twitch, and Queers and Spears if you're watching us on YouTube. Or VOD afterwards, you can watch us on either. We are at $270 raised of what is currently our $300 goal. We are just $30 away from that. Each donation is able to buy things that directly impact the game. And when we hit $300, the players find a rare item. Keep in mind, we already have a Nolocron and 3 Nyber Crystals in this space. So what kind of rare item might show up? Let's find out $30 from now. If you can't donate or have already and have hit your limit, thank you very much for being here. We love you. We're grateful to everybody, whether or not you're able to donate. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done that already to both of these channels. They're fantastic. And please amplify the Tiltify link anywhere and everywhere that you can. As the most important part of what we're doing tonight, having fun together with friends, playing a game that is pretty new to all of us for the first time live, second time technically tonight, is raising money for Doctors Without Borders with a focus on Palestinian aid. So please do everything you can in support of that. Tiltify link is going to continue to be live for the rest of the month. So if anybody wants to donate later, one other way you can do that I haven't mentioned yet is you can pay money into a poll that we have that's open that will impact future games that we run for this and other similar causes. If you would like to donate, if you're watching this afterwards and you're like, oh, I can't donate something to impact this exact game, we would roll over any of those that we don't use here to the following game anyway. But even if you didn't want to do that, you could spend money on the poll and help shape what it is that we play or how we play it in the future. We have a game of Misspent Youth that's coming up on May 12th, if you're not watching this later than that. And we have a game of Pasión de las Pasiones that is coming up on May 21st. Not to mention other things that we're going to have coming down the pike. So with that having been said, we left at a super chill moment, right, everybody? Where everybody was just like hanging out, relaxing, sipping little Nina Naladas, right?
Mm-hmm. I got a mint julep.
Getting caught in the rain. We're going to start first, coming back to the 2 confrontations. One, for those who weren't watching before or would like a recap, was between our 2 Rebel Scum in a trench coat who are pretending to be a kill trooper, doing a pretty good job at it, with Lumpin on the bottom and Digger on the top. Yes, that's right. You know them. You love them. They're Dumpin'. Dumpin' is bringing in HK as as somebody who they captured, allegedly, have gone into an armory that they now have to explain. Why did you take a prisoner into an armory? To a whole little platoon of overtroopers and their captain, Captain Nazma, at the same time, in perfect parallel, riding their faster bike down toward the docking area to confront who is flanked by a bunch of overtroopers and a bunch of droids, is Ness Var. Ness, what are you doing in this moment during this approach?
It's a click to a private channel on the communicator. Nolo, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Take care of the rest of the crew for me.
Okay, don't do that to me. What are you doing?
Either something amazing or something stupid. We'll have to find out.
It's usually both with you. I'm going to ride around. We're going to get in closer. Where do you need me to go?
It clicks off.
He's pissed. I will remind everybody in chat that if we hit our $300 goal, we're going to have some cool stuff come up with that. On top of that, I want to remind everybody that you have various things that you can buy in here that can include, I don't know, introducing an enemy or possibly introducing a friend. There is a Deus Ex Machina that you can buy in there that can ride on through. So if you'd like to donate $40 and bring a Deus Ex Machina to this fight, let me know. It's not going to stop what Ness is doing here. It's not even going to necessarily save Ness, but maybe Ness won't have to be alone. Do you, chat, want Ness to be alone right now? Do you want that on your conscience?
Do you want me to be alone with myself and my dice?
Can you really do that to them, chat? Can you really?
This is what I'm saying. All right, so Ness, you left
Are
this.
you the baddies, chat?
Are you? What sort of history do you want to be on, chat?
This is what we want to know. This is a charity stream, chat. Come on now. With that in mind, San Nolo is pissed and worried, doing something elsewhere that you don't have visibility on right now. You have left what amounts to a very succinct last will and testament with San. You are riding this faster bike directly at the belly of the beast. You know who you're facing. You know that is the most powerful this alive right now. What would you like to do?
I'm riding in full force, confronting them.
All right. Describe to me what you would like to try to do. I'm going to say it's probably might, but if you want to go for blade, I'm probably going to buy that too, assuming you're going to do something in the world of what I think
going
you're
to
do.
go with blade.
Okay.
I think what it is riding through into the docking area. I think most would expect someone to stand up and rev to let it go and them jump backwards.
Mm-hmm.
It is the opposite. Ness breaks so it catapults them forward.
Okay. I'm actually going to need first, then, before you get into blade, a move roll. Yeah.
That's a 4. So a success.
Okay. So describe your success and then set yourself up for your blade roll.
I think it is the breaking, catapulting, and it's almost as if you could see a bit of one of their comrades in themselves as they do a front flip, landing on somebody's head and pushing off to get straight to
I love that. That is fantastic. You are going to need to roll me blade. I'm going to say that you can do that with sword fighter, so you could use advantage.
Cool. That's a 1.
Okay.
Because I rolled 2 1s.
Okay.
But
so
I'm a sword fighter, so like,
yeah.
And I did just get all that fucking training from the Nolocron.
Yeah. 100%. Okay. This is what's gonna happen. You almost fucking whiff it here, right? You're angry, you're very in your head, you're carrying a lot of shit with you, and you're moving, and you feel yourself as you're moving toward this person freeze in nothing. You're just in the fucking air. And you see that just has a hand out towards you, having, while you were moving, smoothly holstered one of their 2 blades, keeping the one out with the little fancy thing, right? And is holding you mid-air with the Morse. You now are noticing that That hand is out without his face looking in that direction. He looks over at you and he goes to use a Morse choke on you. This is going to require a might save.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me might and let's see what happens.
That's a 9.
Okay. You are able to describe to me how you get out of this Morse chokehold.
I think Ness's Morse has been very loud and vibrational since getting in here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in this moment, it is a stilling of the face. And in the docking area, is there a way? Can we see out into space in the docking area?
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
I think it's a smirk. As I'm in the air, I can see out into the space, and I know exactly where the Millennium Falcon is. And it is a smirk and just a no.
I love that. As you deliver that no, we go back over to our 2, 3, who knows, other friends. Hi, other friends. What are you doing? As Captain Nazma says, what are you doing in the armory?
If y'all don't mind, I think HK would like to start it off because this is where one of his areas comes into play. Yeah, I think HK just goes, statement, give me a minute, and will in that next moment will chuck a grenade right in the middle of the platoon, and will in the next shot take out all of the lights, and then as the explosion goes and then immediately lights go off, the black assassin droid moves into the thing, and the only thing you see is flashes of blaster fire and reflected in the orange eye lenses. And I'm going to be using my star because this is an expression of HK's self. No matter what he wants to be and aspires to be, he is one of his core routines. It is a killer.
I love that. You use your star, which as a reminder, Chad, is basically a win button. So you don't have to roll for this. You can just fully describe how this works and what the aftermath looks like.
So yeah, that's my scene.
As soon as that finishes, the lights are still out. Dumping. You heard all of this, saw all of this happen in flashes because it was dark. What do you do?
Do we have the sense that HK like finished the job or just mowed down like the minions? Or
so you're not hearing anything right now. Go ahead, HK.
Statement, boss, distraction is taking place.
I think Dumpin would yell up to Digger and just say, "Hey, you want to help? Yeah, you want to go help HK? I got something to do real quick."
zip.
Yep. Size zipped.
Love that.
I believe you said that's a move.
Yeah, it is a move roll. So go ahead and roll move for me, please.
Both of us?
Yeah, both of you are getting out.
Okay.
I think I had a new advantage.
Yes, you
To
did.
use the one from last time and have the one from this time. Okay.
And the flashlight part of HK's eyes have gone on, so now there's an orange, two orange lamps, light cones that are like looking at things.
I hope you did better than I did.
Oh, I was gonna say I hoped you did. Well, hang on. So I got a 1, which is key, and I'm a little confused on how that works here again. I'm not sure if.
Yeah, so it would have to apply if it is something that you could argue that you would win for, like, due to your class or due to an edge that you have. So what about your class or your edge would you argue would win you this move roll?
Well, I would imagine since well, one way it might go about it. You don't have to give it to me based off this, but since Lumpin stitched this together and modified the suit, maybe he would have a edge there for dismantling it.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that in your case, since this suit is not just something that you built, but it's also something that you rolled to build and then succeeded on, that I will let mechanic be the edge that works here to give you that that key bonus. Steve?
Greatly appreciated.
Of course.
A 6 and a 6.
Okay.
Oh my
so
God.
that is unfortunately a failure. So what that does is that does move us a little bit closer to the dark, which really where you're at means that we're moving closer to twilight here. I'm going to say we've actually entered twilight, given that I wasn't tracking it super closely last time in order to keep things a little bit easier on everybody. But I do think that we would enter twilight. So everybody knows this is on a 9-point scale. On one side, you have 3 values that are bright. On the other side, you have 3 values that are dark. In the middle, you have 3 values that are twilight. So if, it goes 7 to 9 for the bright, 1 to 3 for the dark, the middle 4 to 6, you just entered twilight. So you're at 6, right? What that means is you have to now hustle me when you get an ultimate to convince me that it should be something that works in your favor. Otherwise, it's a failure. It's up to me in twilight. So congrats on that, everybody. That's going to be so exciting for the climax of our story. The good news for you, Digger, is you are stuck because of the glued shoes at the bottom of this. So it's hard for you with the glued shoes to get out of the part that you're in. And so you kind of tumble. But nothing else bad happens to you. The big bad thing that happened was the twilight. You just tumble there. You don't take anything from that. It's just mildly embarrassing. Yeah.
And just a point of clarification: the shoes are glue-on, so that's actually a force-carrying particle in actual physics that is responsible for the strong force in atoms.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I apologize. I was thinking a bad joke.
We found the
earlier,
artificer. We found the artificer. We found the artificer.
I love that. I will say genuinely, you just tumble out of your. Do you know what I mean? Like you get out, it's just not like a smooth out. Doesn't really matter right now because, as is Captain Nazma's wont, died anticlimactically in the first 5 seconds. All of those overtroopers and Captain Nazma are fully dead. Yes. You all are able to recover whatever you'd like. Digger, there's a very shiny helmet in front of you on Captain Nazma's corpse, not to mention some other shiny helmets less interesting. What's up?
I that as the kind of as Boss Digger tumbles out of the suit, I think he stumbles to HK kneeling on one knee and just holding out Phasma's silver helmet. Statement. I thought you'd enjoy this, boss.
Oh, I will. How we carry that in our current situation, I'm not sure, but
well, I mean, you have the opportunity to think about it now. I'm going to tell you as a quick, and then we'll get to lump in what you wanted to do with the interface. There are a few things that you can grab there. There is a pristine chrome captain's helmet worn by Nazma herself, perfectly polished, possessing the exact acoustic resonance that Digger needs for his drum kit's hi-hat. Congratulations, Digger. There is a Dejai plasma stabby prototype, an experimental Killstar attempt to reverse engineer a Dejai energy sword using synthetic Nyber crystals. It cuts through heavy blast doors like butter, but it's not very consistent, right? It's a little bit unclear how good this synthetic Nyber crystal quality is. Probably not going to last too long.
Any chance it might be smaller than a regular one?
Oh, it's a prototype, so it's actually built quite small. It looks to like an average height kill trooper, more like a big knife. But to somebody significantly smaller, it might look like a full blade.
To politely give HK back the skewer and take a few practice swipes.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. The practice swipes are actually very smooth. Zzz, 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 right? Sorry, legally distinct. Zzz, legally distinct. Zzz, legally distinct. Zzz, right?
Yep.
All right. There are Nova Cruncher micro missiles, a crate of highly unstable, hyperdense ship missiles that could be wired. You would know, Lumpin, without having to roll about it, into the Driftwater, letting the ship ram straight through an enemy cruiser if you needed to. You could also probably set some traps in here with that stuff if you didn't want to take it outside. There is a convection incendiary projector, which is a heavy flamethrower meant for clearing trenches that also might strike HK as being the perfect high-powered creme brulee torch when not being used in battle. And there are experimental anti-grav charges, grenades that don't explode with fire, but instead temporarily invert gravity in a 20-foot radius. How many of those do you have? Let's see what kind of mood I'm in. Would you like to take your stuff, everybody?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
Cool beans. So what I'm going to do in order to make this manageable for everybody, because I do know I said a bunch of stuff right now, is I'm going to put into our Discord chat these different items. It's going to just take me a second to move this stuff over. But you are going to have these items easy to access in here. Sorry. Give me one second to put this in here. Yes, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say HK when it received its skewer back, like, you know, and first it would have given Boss Digger when he started brandishing the little prototype, and then he would have quickly, like, you know, nuzzled and, like, you know, baby rocked the skewer for a second and then put it away, and then turns to the new creme brulee torch and statement, I feel dangerous.
I love it. We had a want, while I'm putting this in the chat, for Lumpin to do something with the interface that's in there. You're fully clear to do whatever you'd like with the interface in this moment. What would you like to do?
All right, so Lumpin is going to plug in a quantum flash drive, holds an impossible amount of qubits of information in it, just immediately, and it runs a program that is going to first create a pixelated version of Lumpin in all of the Empire's computers that this can reach, of them doing various TikTok dances, including the floss. And whenever anyone tries to do anything on it, it's just going to be Lumpin just straight up flossing. And secondly, as an aside, it is going to send the entirety of their technology and weapons information, not just to the rebels, but to everyone with a essentially connection capable device. I want to spread their information technology to every layperson, every smuggler, every rebel, every like kingpin of an international crime syndicate, essentially Naba the Jut. And for Lumpin's background is they were actually an academic in service to the Empire, realized what they were asking them to do, turning their pure love for explosions into something disgusting and vile, and just decided one day, I'm gonna even the playing field and just sending everything out that they possibly can.
I love that. And if I am following correctly, you are spending
Yep.
your star on this. So fully you've described how it's all going to play out. If there's anything left to your victory, it works. Describe whatever you want to describe that would be left of it.
Yeah. After that, I wanted to just wipe all of their saved data of any geographical coordinates, anything, and just replace that with Lumpin spoken word poetry.
That is fantastic. Lumpin
and-
spoken word. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, no, continue, please.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I think HK is also trying to get an eye on where Vega is at the moment before Lumpin goes full system wipe.
I think that works. I'm going to say that it can be lumped into Lumpin's victory. So you're fully able to get that information. And Vega is roughly exactly where you expected them to be. Or are they? Because as this has been going on that you're not aware of on the other side of this base, and as these changes break down the internal systems really of this entire base with this incredible slicing, legally distinct slicing that Lumpin engaged in, Vega was there the first time that you went to check. And then Vega's gone. And to be clear, I'm saying that you were seeing specific internal security footage. You couldn't access it from the outside, but there was internal security footage. If you scrub back through it, you see that they have been interrogating Vega, not allowing Vega to sleep, sticking Vega on a chair this whole time for who knows how long, days, a week, more. Vega, it doesn't look like has broken at all. If you slow it down to the moment when the systems kind of went offline trying to deal with this incredible slicing, you see that Vega looks up toward the security camera and smiles. And then there's a flicker and they're gone.
Holy shit. Gotta give credit where credit's due. Masterful.
Hey, so leave you with that as you decide where to go next. Come back to you coming out of a force choke. Ness, what do you want to do?
I think since I'm in the air, it's immediately grabbing and twirling my body as hard as possible to literally just be a saw blade of saber energy.
I love that. That's going to be Blade. Go ahead and roll me Blade, please.
Absolutely. That is a 7.
Okay, so that is a success. You hit with your blades. Describe it for me.
It is a whirling dervish of a black. It turns gray with how fast I spin myself. And it turns from me spinning to landing to the chains spinning on my palm to hit those around. The chain spreads out more to hit the other troopers around me and.
So you take a bunch of actually, let's roll effect. We haven't had a chance to do that yet. Roll me effect on this to see on Blade. If you whatever, you're rolling effect in general. If you explode, as a reminder, you're going to keep on rolling until you stop exploding. This is going to determine how many of them you take out around your main target.
I exploded.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I exploded again.
Yes.
Oh, holy shit. I exploded again.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. Hold on. That's 3. I exploded it fucking again. What
No
the fuck?
fucking way. What is happening? What?
This we're for
So 40
Whoa.
so far.
49.
Wow.
Okay. All
I rolled
right.
different die for each one of those.
That's fantastic. Okay. So you roll 49. So as you whirling dervish around, you not only do enough damage to make them lose one hand, the one that they were force choking you with.
Yes.
But you also take out, I'm going to take one of the 49 for that. You also take out all 48 of the overtroopers and the droids that were immediately in the vicinity. There were some that were moving in through the space, but guess what? Hey, chat, we hit $300. Thank you very much. We had votes come in for the poll that I mentioned, so it's not going to affect our game completely, but it does a little bit because we hit $300, which is both our goal. Thank you very much for that, and leads to the players finding a rare item. And I got a rare item for you folks. It is the Lucky Nady. As it flies in from outside, from outer space. Hey, baby, I told you I was coming. And starts strafing the ground. Nando Calrissian has come on in. You've got Nando Nalrissian, my bad. You've got San Nolo in your ear nest saying you thought I was going to let you have all the fun. And the Millennium Nalkin is coming around the other side. The two of them, you can tell that Nando and San have done this before, doing a dance in the air, strafing the ground. You would have been swarmed, Ness, by all sorts of bots and overtroopers and other kill troopers that would have made it impossible past a certain point, even as powerful as you are, and especially facing to you just eventually would have been too much. Now with this cover, it's just you and a one-handed
Perfect.
who looks over at you and pulls their helmet off, and you see a burnt face, and they say, I thought you were dead. Guess I could fix that. And I need another might save, please.
Sure.
Got this.
Wait, who's under the mask?
That's an 8.
Okay. You are able to push back against the force push that is coming at you, and Morse push that is coming at you. And there is Morse lightning trickling through the space between the two of you, stopping just in front of your face. And the scorched visage of Nanakin Nywalker stands in front of you saying,
Am I supposed to be scared?
no, you're supposed to be dead.
So are you.
And you now have an opening. You can take a move. What would you like to do?
The chains click together. Those sabers go out. He pockets it. The one on his back that is about 4 feet long. He activates it, and out comes a long beam of light that comes out into 2 axe blades at the end. And he has a halsabered.
That is fantastic. What would you like to do with it?
Oh, I'm gonna cut this bitch in half.
Yeah.
Long ways.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. You are going to need to roll me. If you want to do it long ways, it's going to have to be might.
That's
If
fine.
you want to do it sideways, I can give you blade.
I'll do might.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Also,
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
used my vantage that I have yet. So Actually,
All right.
you know what? No, I would like to use my star.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yes. The only thing I need from you is you need to explain to me explicitly here how, as the Ronin, I quest for peace. Burn a star to succeed whenever the result brings peace to a situation.
With him in the world, there will never be peace.
All right. Describe to me in as much detail as you would like how you cleave nay Nanakin Nightwalker in half, head to toe.
There is an amount of pressure that I don't think anybody from this crew has ever seen come from Ness. It is all of the wants and needs of those Morse users before them coming together to crush something, because in the end they were right. It wasn't the chosen one. There was a chosen none, because somebody had to pull all of the hopes and wants of the universe together. And I think there's, again, it's a whirling dervish with this blade. They use it as if they are using those chained sabers together, spinning it on their palm, and even like dashing the ground with it. It's a show. It's a complete show, especially now knowing that, like, now knowing San Nolo is watching.
Mhm.
It is, and honestly, it's so much of a show that Ness lets him get a few hits in.
Okay. Those hits land. Ness is in a tough spot. But Ness is victorious.
Yeah.
The Millennium Nalkin and the Lucky Nady both have cleared paths around and are docking. They are landing themselves. Our friends around the side, you have seen Vega disappear, and in your earpieces, you hear a voice you don't recognize say, "Come around the front. It's time to go." What do you do?
Don't recognize his voice at all.
Never heard it in your life.
I think-
Oh, sorry.
HK just turns to Lumpen and the boss and just like hefts the massive flamethrower. Looks ready.
Yeah, Lumpin scoops up their bundle of missiles and is all right. Time to get the hell out of Dodge.
And as they are charging along, the upper half of a kill trooper is running along running along the ceiling with a very shiny helmet that doesn't match the rest of the chest piece.
I love that. Which way do you go? Here's my main question. To get where you're going, you're not terribly far from the entrance that you came in through. Do you go back out and grab some of these like speeder bikes or land speeders?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Also, I think HK would have gotten onto the radios and say exclamation. The Vega was a hologram. It was not real. We have no idea where Vega is. And this would have been to, like, old Nan, Nando, and the rest of us.
So Nando says, hey, baby, I don't know who this Vega is, but you got to go. Some stuff went down outside that has got to be getting these Killstar Republic folks over on our asses here as fast as possible. So we got to get out now. San cuts in and says, look, it looks like Ness is hurt. Let's just get together in the front. I heard that too. Person who was speaking to us, if you want to tell us who you are, maybe we can be friends. If you don't tell us who you are, we're not going to be friends. And you hear dead silence.
I think I just like grab onto more of the missiles to help Lumpen and just run.
Yeah. Because I think we would be running towards the speeders, right? Because that's also where the area Ness was in, correct?
Yeah. Well, if you go to the speeders, you could basically take them to ride around quicker, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the fasters.
Fasters, yes.
What's a speeder? Who ever heard of such a
What?
thing?
That's just an odd name. That's just an odd name for that vehicle.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
We don't recognize speed limits.
Yeah. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Right?
Exactly.
All right. So you grab onto these fasters, and is it?
Well,
safe
sorry,
to
real
assume-
quick.
Yeah.
I did want to do something to some of the extra fasters that were there.
Yeah.
I
go
want
for it.
to attach some of the missiles, torpedoes to some of the fasters, set them to remotely go off in any direction they so choose, whatever physics and chance allows. And just as soon as we get out of there, I just want to hear explosions coming from behind us.
That's beautiful. To be clear, are the explosions? Are you setting them to go off so that it's happening while you're riding away on the fasters, or when you leave the base?
While riding away on the fasters.
Beautiful. Is it correct for me to assume that Digger is going to be piloting this faster situation?
Trying to do better than his people have in the past.
Okay. I'm going to say that have you used your star yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. If you're comfortable with it, because there's not going to be a lot left for you to do right now, you can spend your star on this, and you are going to be the best faster pilot to ever nobody has ever driven a faster the way that you have right now.
I can live with that.
Okay, so you are incredibly impressively driving this faster with your friends behind you. Lumpen, you get to a far enough distance. You don't have to roll for this with mechanic and with the items that you have. It just happens. They go off, explosions in every direction. Huge crater in the side of the base. Just, oh yeah, right? Like you are just the coolest right now. HK, where's your head at?
No, I think so. We are. I'm just following through, and HK is the most stoic. He's a droid. He's getting to somewhere, but any Killstar, fucker who he sees exploding past, or would he just turn and go statement, nub meat bag.
I love that. As you all ride around the corner up to the front of this docking area, where you see the now cleaved in half, fully dead, in front of the severely hurt Ness, you're able to pull up right next to Ness, and you're hearing San and Nando are having an argument. San's like, we got to get out there. Nando's saying, no, baby. We got to get out of here right now. They're on top of us. San's like, I hate to say it. They're right. We got to go. Can you get Ness on here? You see all of a sudden appear in front of you the person who you have known up until this point as Vega. They step forward through the debris, and they say, I told you to meet me up front and we can get out of here. And they introduce themselves as Nitra Nurik. Nitra Nurik is Navar's most trusted general, who lost her connection to the Morce but became a wound in the Morse, making her immune to certain catastrophic Morse draining super weapons, such as the one that she is holding in her hand right now, a mobile thought bomb.
Amazing.
And she says, "You will not believe what it took to keep this safe. Let's go." And gets you under a shoulder, Ness, and helps move with all of you toward your vehicle, presumably, right? Because you're in a place where you could get there relatively quickly. You could use the fasters, but you don't want to leave the Driftwater behind, right? So you're going to get in there. You can't get into the fast mode that you want to get into on it. So you are going to dock with the Millennium Nalkin. The Millennium Nalkin is going to still be in touch with Nando. Nando shows up and says, "Hey, baby, you should come on over to Cloud Nitty. We're going to be having a time. Hey, and Lumpin, if you come, maybe I'll let you win your 50 Tredix back." And shoots off in that direction. All of you are in this vehicle now together. I'm going to give you all a last moment where you can describe how it feels in the wake of this incredible success. But one thing I will say for Ness, as you leave, you feel something tug at you in the Morse. And you can't help but close your eyes for a moment because of the pain of that tug. And when you do, you are in a liminal space with the Morse ghost of Nanakin Nightwalker, who is standing over you for a moment with a hand out and says, "You have no idea what's coming. I hope that you're ready," and disappears. You all are back on the ship. You can still call Vega if you'd like. They do still answer to that. Vega is happy to be back around their people, is making sure that they're okay, understands that you hid the Nyber Crystals and the Nolocron and is grateful for that. It's not being weird about it. Would like to talk about it when the moment is right, but has called all of you to a meeting. It's not their ship, but they just did that. And before the meeting is where I would like to give each of you a moment to say what you're doing in the wake of this victory. Let's start with Ness.
I think Ness is... I think Ness is avoiding everybody else. Purely because having pissed off Digger prior, having also pissed off Nolo, and not being HK's favorite person to begin with. Is kind of like sitting up on the like bed of like the infirmary, having been patched up and everything, and is struggling to stand up by themselves, admittedly.
San knows Ness well enough to give space where space is needed. So San just walks by the outside of the door of the infirmary, and knowing that Ness will come around in time, says quietly, "I know," and keeps moving. Ness, if you want anything else in this moment, it's yours.
Don't just say that and walk away.
He is gone already, so you'd have to go out of the infirmary.
I said that quietly. He's yelling that.
Oh, copy. Oh, I see. Wait, to hear clearly, Ness is yelling that, or
Ness is
you?
yelling that. I
Ness is
said it
yelling.
quietly, but Ness is yelling that after him.
Copy. Yeah, he stops down the hall, and he says,
Does he turn around?
he's still standing with his back to your area. He's just stopped. He's breathed to himself, and he says, "You know, you don't have to risk everything alone. We're all in this together."
Could you turn around?
He does.
He's standing, leaning against the door, arm across their ribs. You know why you're the last one I contacted.
Why?
Because I love you.
I know. And that's where we leave that moment before we get over to the meeting.
I think
Yeah.
if you would, you'd actually see, like, HK walking away from, like, that place with a cake, and it's just like statement, addition of pumpkin spice cake might have made it too spicy.
And I do think there's a moment where you see Sand look over and be like, I could go for some pumpkin spice cake. Like the normalcy is starting to return to the ship. HK, is there anything on top of that you'd want in that moment before we go to the meeting on your side? Okay. Lumpin or Digger, who do we want to go to next?
Lumpin does what he does every single time. He does something that increases the bounty on his name, or creates a new, bigger explosive. He's taking a moment in his quarters, smoking a nice Nubian cigar, and is listening to big band jazz music.
Yeah, I love that, and it is so well deserved. And speaking of music, Digger, where do we find you?
Well, you've been hearing banging and brand new clanging for a while as time has gone by. But when Ness eventually takes the tie off of his doorknob, Digger's going to stop by and just say, I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you.
You understand the difference between you and the guy whose helmet you split in two, but we'll talk about that later.
I didn't split the helmet, by the way. I grabbed that for you.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misheard.
It's true. No, it was the helmet. The helmet was fully off.
Yeah, he took the helmet off.
Yes, sorry. Digger knows that.
You're good.
Steve apologizes, but
don't worry about it. I got you.
I don't always understand, and I want to, because one thing I do know, the difference between you and that guy is that when you use the Morse, you have a code.
I have something else for you. And it'll reach into its pocket, and in between their two fingers is a white, purified Nyber crystal. You want to bedazzle your drums, don't you?
You sure you don't need it for a key or anything?
I don't need this one. This one was from that asshole that got split in half.
And he will happily take and have arts and crafts time after the meeting.
I love that.
And I think,
go ahead.
as soon as that happens, and the next moment that Ness turns around, like they bump into HK, who has a tray with cake, and just like statement.
What kind of
Cake.
cake? Is it the spiced one? You know what? Fuck it. I'll eat it anyway. You made it. I appreciate it.
Statement was just like, it is cake.
Yeah, you terrify me with your baking sometimes, HK.
That is
Statement. All is as should be.
yeah. And as all is as should be, this would be a wonderful place to end, but we're not going to end here. We're going to end at the meeting. The meeting held by the person known as Vega. In this was the adrenaline fades as the Millennium Falcon and the Driftwater together jump into Nyber space. The stars stretch into long white lines. This meeting is taking place in the galley, and Union Leader Vega sits across from you. She looks at the Nolocron resting on the table, then looks directly at you, Ness. She says, "You saw the warning in the Nolocron, didn't you? You saw that Nyber went to the edge of the galaxy, into a space no one knew anything about. Nyber didn't just go there to find peace. They went there because they sensed something terrible waiting in the dark. Yes. They are called the Uzari Void Swarm. Nuzari Void Swarm. An extragalactic armada. They use living biological weapons, and worse, they exist completely outside the Morce. They're a blind spot in the universe. The Morce can't touch them." Vega leans forward, her voice dropping to a whisper that you all can hear. "The thought bomb you saw, Ness, in your vision, it's an ancient ritual weapon capable of annihilating all Morse sensitives within a massive radius. This is nothing. Emperor Nalpatine knows the Nuzari are coming. But he isn't building the thought bomb to fight them. Killstar struck a deal with the Swarm. He plans to detonate the thought bomb to wipe out every Deji, every more sensitive threat in the entire solar system. He will leave the galaxy completely defenseless against the Nuzari, and in exchange, they will let him rule the ashes. Rescuing me wasn't the end of the war, my friends, and neither was taking out Emperor Nalpatine's pit bull. That was just the beginning. We have to destroy the thought bomb before the Nuzari arrive." We pull back out the viewport of the Driftwater and the Millennium Falcon put together as they fly into the great unknown. The rebellion lives to fight another day. And that's the end of our story. Thank you, everyone, for joining us to raise money for such a good cause, playing such a great game with such a lovely set of people. I would love for you to hear about all the wonderful places where you can find them, starting with Derek.
Hello, everybody. I am Derek. I use they, ze, and he pronouns. I have been your dual-bladed Ronin, Deji, Nesvar, who uses they, it pronouns. You can find me out on the interweb at Derek Does RP, that's DerrykDoesRP, or roleplay. I'm not going to spell roleplay for you because we play TTRPGs and you should know how to spell it. You can also find me over on Queers and Spears, which is my home and my baby that I've been doing for 4 years at this point, where I pick up rocks and throw them at my players and see what they do about it. I don't know what else to say except for look for me at other tables with Danny coming up this month and further on, because who knows? That motherfucker might be at my table and have rocks thrown at him soon. In a different outer space universe. But I will be passing it on to our next person, and I will be passing it on to Adi.
Thank you. Hello, people of the internet. I am Adi MK. I go by Fab, he, him pronouns. You can find me at Adi MK on Blue Sky and on YouTube, but also on Manyface Plays here on Twitch. We have a lot of things that are coming up yet, where the fabulous Danny is running still quite a few games, including all of the stuff that, he's going to say better. He's a lot more eloquent, so I'll leave it to him. Outsourcing. Like, this is what delegation is on its server. But outside of that, Panzer Stables is doing Panzer's Pride very soon, where we are going to be doing a lot of work raising money for the Trevor Project, and everyone needs a hand these days. And thank you all in the chat for helping us raise as much money as we did for Doctors Without Borders. Thank you. I'm going to pop it over to Dio.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. Dio, they, them. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really happy to be here. Y'all can find me in a number of places. Honestly, just Google Dio Mars or Martian Tech Art. You will find me. I'm pretty much the first thing that pops up. And you can also catch me soon on an actual play podcast called Azara's Fists. I'm coming in for the second arc, so feel free to go ahead and start listening now. It's a great show with some great people, and soon I will be in it. Also coming up, I'm going to be in more streams, charity streams that for games that Danny is going to be running. I am immensely excited, and I just can't wait. I will popcorn to Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve, Tall Halfling on the socials, sometimes Tall Halfling RPG. You can catch me tomorrow night on Stat Monkey Presents for the season finale of Rotted Tropics. What happens when zombies and superheroes meet? Spoiler, superheroes are not immune. Catch me on Thursdays over on Nerds with Dice, playing Vesson along with Danny. And you can find me right back here next Tuesday with Danny for Misspent Youth, where once again, Danny is the state that must be taken down.
I'm gonna start to get a reputation at this point. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat, for a wonderful experience and for coming along with us on this journey in a Nalaxy nar nar no way.
That was terrible.
Psychic damage. That's the key.
That one didn't get me.
I was going to say.
That's because Derek, you're immune now.
Immune. No, at one point.
When I get you,
like,
Danny.
When we entered NARP space, I was like, "Oh no! It's not. It's not this. It's the NARS that are like zooming, like fucking." Okay, sorry.
It's okay. I'm Danny, he, him, Danny R. Mendoza, all over the internet. Blue Sky's a good place to follow me. Immediately after this is done, I'm actually slightly late for it, but they're very nice and they're okay about it. I'm going to be in Wind Riders of Aria on Halfling Wizard Productions, literally the second I leave this stream, doing the end of my guest arc over there. So if you haven't gotten enough of me today and want to see me not running things, but being a player in something, as a very like talky, not very physically strong pseudo Indiana Jones, but not with all the gross imperialist stuff, just all of the snark and knowledge of an archaeology professor sent out to help recover a bunch of alien artifacts. Let me know. Like, go ahead and do that. I've got cool stuff coming up with the Queer XP. I've got stuff coming up with Hilarity Saves. I've got stuff coming up with the channels that I'm on here, right, currently. Many Face Plays, and hopefully, as Derek was mentioning, with Queers and Spears also. We're definitely all doing together the things that we're doing for these charities. But there may be some other stuff coming down the line as well, which I'm really excited about. As Steve mentioned, over at Nerds with Dice, every Thursday until like early June, we are going to be playing Vesson with an incredible artist at the helm, Mary Nerd on Wheels, which is fantastic. I'm in a bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to get into right now. There's a lot of stuff for Pride. That is going to be a little further out. What I will say first is for Doctors Without Borders, with a focus on Palestinian aid. Thank you so much, Just the Human. Thank you so much, Charity TRPGs, for bringing us together. Thank you so much, Streamers Without Borders and Doctors Without Borders, for making this possible writ large. Your support allows us to have the opportunity to use this platform to contribute to doing some good, the real good, the meaningful good, the most meaningful good, which is what you all do on the ground with people who really need it. So thank you so much for that. Thank you to everybody who contributed. Thank you to everybody who played this game to contribute in that way as well. The stories we tell matter too. The representation we have through that matters. If you are in any way inspired to pick up a new game and play it, to try out being on camera because you saw what we were doing today and you hopefully saw that it's entirely reachable, right? If we're doing it here live, I believe in all of you who are watching it, you can do it too. The stories that you are ready to tell mean something to people. They're the stories that somebody needs. So please feel empowered to tell them and tell them together in community, because that is the thing that scares the fascists most. It's us together. It's community, right? So please take that in. Understand that we up here believe in you. We want to hear your stories like you've been hearing ours. We would love to be there for you the way that you've been there for us. We have stuff coming up. Another game of Misspent Youth on the 12th, which is a Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We have at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on the 21st as part of a 24-hour streamathon that Just the Human is running for this, benefiting this same organization with this same focus. Playing Pasión de las Pasiones, Mass Effect Edition. I am creating a Mass Effect playset. You're going to see a lot of these same folks in that. As Dio mentioned, a little bit further out, June and July, the group that did for Trans Lifeline just a little while ago, that includes Steve also, is going to be doing part 2 of Killer Cure as a part of Pride that is going to be raising money for Trans Lifeline. And after that, we're going to be doing something fun that I'm not going to quite announce yet, but just stay in touch to see exactly what we're going to be doing, those same groups. Over at Streaming Rainbow, where I'm on the staff, on May 16th, we're raising money for this same organization, doing a level 20 D&D one-shot with the deck of many things. I told the players, build the most broken characters that you can. I'm not scared. And the reason I'm not scared is I have a bunch of CR that is waiting for them in every direction in this multiplanar adventure that I don't even know who they're going to face, even though I'm prepping a bunch of stuff, because the deck of many things is going to help us decide that. So if you want to be a part of that, if you think that's going to be fun, check that out. That is on May 16th at 8 p.m. There's a million other great things. The last thing I want to mention is Rocket Club, a multi-stage anthology, a collaboration between Pantsless Tables, Streaming Rainbow, Nerds with Dice, and Pocket Dragon Pub, along with M. Hubbard, the creator of that game, and Evil Hat, the publisher of that game. is happening right now. You can see on all of those channels shows that I ran or am running currently of that system. And if you want to try that system out, you can for free through the end of May 2026. All you have to do is go to evilhat.com/rocket-club. That's evilhat.com/rocket-club. And you're going to be able to get a 172-page PDF plus supporting materials for free. All that we ask, if you watch those games, any of them, all of them, they're all very different and all have amazing casts, including Audie in one of them over at Pantsless Tables, doing incredible work. If you watch that, if you read the materials, if you pick it up and play it, if you have any thoughts on the game, anything that you think would even make it a tiny bit better, please share them. Share those thoughts through the forum on the link that I just mentioned, because everybody involved just wants to take this already amazing game and help make it even better by the time it publishes, hopefully next year. With that having been said, thank you all so much and have a great night. Bye, everybody.